Hello everyone! Today we bring you a little bit of deviation from our Bishi and Champ series to bring you Hammer Champ. And this is different because it is not a KONAMI game like the rest of them. I didn't really look up much of the history of this, but I mean, it appears to be pretty obvious that they're trying to make a copy of the Bishi Champ games. But you know that makes sense that they'd want to, and there are other games from other developers that simulate it. But like looking at this side art, I mean you can kind of tell like they went with really well done side art, a lot of art, you know, very colorful, kind of whimsical art on everything. And I mean it kind of makes sense based on how they do the art on the KONAMI games. Anyway, I'm gonna grab my light here. Take a quick look over the cab. We're going to plug this in and check it out. Like the one thing I didn't mention in the other videos is like I'm actually kind of surprised. These, you know, I always thought these cabs are really big, and they are big. They're not tiny, but looking at them, they're quite a bit smaller than I kind of expected overall. Maybe it's just being in a big space like this, but all right. So let's get inside, and we're going to take a quick look at the internals. I'm not sure what type of hardware this is actually. I've not remember having seen one before, but I'll look up some info in it later. There's a manual down here, and up here we've got our CRT. I don't know that there's much more to see inside the cabinet, so without further ado, I'm just gonna plug her right in. Alright, let's see if there we go, and power's right up. Good, that's what I like to hear. Okay, so first off, we've got this really sunken, that's interesting. It's got all this, I don't know if you can see it in the video, it's got all this texturing on the inside of this bezel, which is really interesting. And the other thing that's interesting about it is if you, I don't know if you can really notice from this, but like here, let me roll over Anime Champ. I'm doing this next, but look at where the monitors sit on these. And it's almost like, if you look at this, this was designed to be able to be played really easily by kids, which is neat. I never really thought about that before, and you know, from the pictures I didn't really notice the difference, but if you look at it, there's a pretty significant difference between the level of the control panel and then the other. If you look at it, the monitor is very low on this one, but you know, it's not at a normal height like this where it's angled backwards. This is actually, well, they're both angled, but this one is sunken pretty far in so that you're looking down at it. Now, one thing I am noticing immediately is, compared to a lot of the other cabinets that I've been getting recently, the CRT on this is absolutely gorgeous. It looks really good. This cabinet, and actually now that I mention it, looking over this cabinet, there's, you know, some little nicks, but like the other cabs that I picked up and opened before this is in amazing condition. Really pretty. I like it. It's pretty incredible. So in the back there was one hammer. I don't remember if this is supposed to be one or two. We're gonna find out pretty fast. Looks like there's no start button, so I'm assuming you can just hit one of the things and it'll go. I'm not sure what these are for. This was on there. I don't know if it goes to something else that was packed on the cab, or if it's for mounting the hammer or something, but whatever, I'll worry about it later. I'm gonna pull the wrap off this enough for me to play a little bit. Gonna mount the camera, and we'll do some gameplay footage real quick just to check out the game. All right, there we go. Let's pull up over here. I think you can tell from the way it looks on camera as well that the monitor is just very clean, crisp, and nice. All right. Okay. the way out, and let's just give it a smack. So let's pick the shark stage. Yeah. And it looks like actually, yeah, it might be one player, even though the art on the front has two characters. So I mean, I think it's going to be basically the same as Bishi. It's just hammer-based, you know. All right, let's do this card game. I think the card game might be a bad idea. What am I supposed to be doing? Oh, hit them in order. Okay, so. Okay, so that's a cool game. I'm gonna open it up in a second. Okay, so it's in the final round. I didn't really pay attention to what I was supposed to do there, but... So I guess, does it just give you 3 stages and that's it? Okay, yeah, so I guess it just gives you 3 stages. But interesting, neat game. Regardless, I'm gonna, let's see, grab my keys and open up the front. I don't know where I put my keys, so I'm just gonna pull the keys off the machine. Interesting, it's using a Sega Lock, so, that's weird because normally any cab that isn't a Sega cab would definitely not have that. I didn't really notice that when I got it. Let's open this up. So yeah, I don't think it's using one of these tangs, so I don't think it's supposed to. So I'll probably switch that out with a normal lock later. We've got here one of these. Get the camera in there. One of these switches for test switch. You flip it up and it goes into test mode. The Taikos do that too. I think a lot of the older NAMCO games are like that. But let's see what we've got in here. We've got switch test, sound test, coin options. I don't think I really need any of them, but I just want to show that it's there. It's this cab seems to be working very well. It seems to be very well cared for. Let's go into the coin bucket, see if we have any goodies, and kind of take a look at the coin count. Okay, so the coin count is... I can't read it. I'm just gonna throw my ring light down there, and we've got a coin count of 8767, which seems to be pretty low. It's kind of... I don't know if surprising or not, but considering the condition of the cab, I guess it makes sense. Okay, in the coin bucket, we just have a power cable. Nothing special, once again. Okay. Check that. Drop the keys up here. And I think that's really it that I wanted to go over with this cab. But yeah, no, that monitor and the cabinet condition really get me. It's really nice. I'm really happy with this one. And and it's just interesting to see some of these Bishi style games from other companies. Okay, and that's almost it. I've got Anime Champ will be our last one that we open up, and I'll be doing that for my next video, or I might have something in between, I'm not sure yet, but that's the third out of the 4 Bishibashis that we got on this container. Hope you look forward to the next one. See you later.